So if you're entering the market at 50.0 or 61.8, now the difference is there's a difference between those three levels. Now those three levels I mentioned, 30.2, 50.0, and 61.8, are very key level when it comes to Fibonacci level. 0.0 and 100, they are called critical level, and then 27 or 127 and 161, they are also called take profit level. So whatever trade you are making, this thing works very well. So now I put this out, I enter here, I take my profit here or here. Now let's do for something or somewhere else. Let's do something else. That one is the first one we did was a downtrend, right? So let's do an uptrend. Why is this thing not? Why is this chart not staying? Oh Jesus. Okay, let me try something else. I don't know why MT4 is giving me some challenges this evening. Let me try trading view. It's just that I will have to set up the account all over again. I think I should just manage this. So next class I'll work with trading view. So let's work with an uptrend. So this is my fib, and then this is the highest it's actually touched or went before the close of that period, and then so market went all the way up, retraced. Now you will see that this retracement actually happened around 23.6, but the week almost touched 38.2. Now what does that mean? It does not actually mean that you can't take a trade on 23.6. It is just risky. That is the truth. Imagine you put your buy stop here, a pending order here, and you have a very tight stop loss, let's say 20 pips. So this thing actually went another 20 something, another 27 pips before you retrace. So it means that if you enter the market here, enter the trade here, this market will take out your stop loss before going the way you wanted it to. That's what it means. I mean, it's that simple. That's what it means. So, and another thing is, if you had placed your buy at 13.2, it would still not have activated, but at least you will not lose money. So let's do something else. Let's check it here again. So look at this. So market rallied up, and then look at this at 50.0. If it's finding it hard to continue the uptrend, and then after that fell a little bit. So see what happened around 61.8. The uptrend got picked up again at 61.8. So once you've confirmed the trend, wait for the retracement to touch a key level. And then once you see candlestick that is confirming it's an uptrend, just launch your trade and buy. It is that simple. Now look at this. Market went up and touched zero. See what happened again. 38.2. It must touch zero. Let me delete that and show you another one. Let's move it up a little bit more. I hope you are getting to understand this thing. Now market went up, retraced to 50.0, but the real rally up price movement started from what? Where? 38.2. Can you see what I'm talking about? And then touch zero. You can see that we are yet to see a 38.2 retracement that didn't touch zero. So please, your comment and your questions, please, while I'm trying to get you to understand this. So I'm trying to explain all of these things individually on their own. So let me put it here again. This is a downtrend. Market came all the way down and then touched 61.8. What did you see next? Came down to zero. Now, when you take a 61.8 sell or buy, now the most conservative take profit is 38.2. So I'm saying that if you take a sell here, it must surely touch here. And then if you look at that alone, it is a good trade. See, 61.8. Let's calculate the pips there to 38.2. That's 80 pips already, which is very good. So see what happened next. Price started rejecting 38.2. Price started rejecting 38.2, and after that, it came all the way down. So when price is on, if you are watching the market and then it touched 38.2, did not stop, touch 50. Of course, when it's on 50, 50 is a watch zone. You have to be patient on 50 because anything can happen. And then when it touches 68.61.8, what do? Once you have a candlestick or price action is telling you that there's a retracement, then you don't hesitate. You put your trade there. Any other question on Fib? I guess Fib is what we are going to do for the rest of today. I want you to understand. So ask any other question. I'm waiting for your questions on Fib level. Actually, there's so much to learn about Fib. And then the more you get to use it, the more you understand it. The more you get to use Fib, the more you understand it. And the more you value it. Now, so each and each of these things are powerful in themselves. Now imagine having confluence of 3 out of 5 of them. Now, I mentioned 5 things that I trade. I started with trend line, and I said trend line, support and resistance, um, patterns, fib level, trend line, support and resistance, pattern, fib levels, and then which other one? Trend line, support and resistance, fib level, patterns. Forgotten the fifth one. EME is not part of what I trade. I think I counted 5 things when we were starting this class. But in addition to the 5 that I mentioned earlier, there's still another thing we call critical level. There's another thing we call um, divergent on RSI. And that's, if you ever see RSI on my chart, that's what I'm looking for. It's called divergence. So all of those things are just in themselves very important. And then, okay, thank you for that. So imagine you know all of those 4 or 5 as much as said. Now, you said I counted 4, but add institutional level to it and add divergence to it. Those things work like any other thing. But then when we get to that bridge, we cross it. Let's cross Fibonacci this evening. So even though we cannot take a trade tonight because it's Asian session already and volume is low. But let's do as if we want to really take trade, and let's work on 3 new pairs and let's see how it works. So this is GU, that is GBP USD. So for me, I might not put the levels there yet. I just want to know, is it downtrend or uptrend, and then I go to my D1 now. Because I've been using it for a while, I can pinpoint some point without having to draw anything on it. So that's why I'm not drawing anything on it yet. So now that I want to draw on it, I just do this. And then, so I'm looking for something that is around where price is currently. So I go to H4 and then I draw this. And obviously this is looking like a downtrend already, even though the major trend is an uptrend. So I'm trying to take a trade on it. I'm still expecting more questions. If we have more questions, please let them fly. So saying that this uptrend seems to have been broken and retested, but then we are currently at a very key level in the market, and I'm going to a lower time frame to be able to see what is happening with price. One thing that you cannot afford not to understand is the meaning of the candles you see. Now, if you read books around candlestick and all of that, The more of it you read, the more you might likely get confused. And that is the truth about candle. So when people say, if you tell somebody you trade price action, some people will respond, are you not just talking about candlestick? Um, the anatomy of candlesticks, all of that. Now, price action in itself goes beyond just candlesticks, because for you to confirm a price action, you need more than one candle. You need at least three candles. So you can't just say, when I tell you I trade candles, I trade price action. You can't just tell me you're just talking about candlesticks. But individual candlesticks have what they mean, but then before they can really influence the markets, you need a group of them. So now, one of the things I love to see when taking a trade is something like this. See, this is my 50.0 level. Look at how market printed wicks around it. The body of the candle did not close above it. Market, so that place got rejected. So if I was in this trade, I would just, I will, unless it is against my trend, which in this case is actually against my trend, because our trend here was up. Where is it? Our trend here was up, so I might just have to excuse the trade. But then if it was the other way around, I would gladly take that trade because I know it's almost a short trade for me. So when you look at, when you see the price action around a particular area, you want to go to lower time frame, higher time frame, just to be able to interpret that candlestick. Look at this, for example. Now, candles have their name, and I never want to master those names. Even though I know some, I don't want to know those names. I just want to know what they mean. So this candle, what does that mean? Let's understand. You don't have to cram the names, just know what they mean. Now, what does this mean? Now, I already said that market is like history book. So price picked up here, went all the way up. So it means that when market open, this is 4 hours. When market open here, because this is where market close for this particular candle. You can see open, high, low, close. So market closed here. So market obviously opened somewhere here. And then the sellers in the market, the bears in the market, pushed the market down this low. And then what did we see? Now the buyers pushed it up this high, and then the seller pushed it down a little bit, and the market closed. That is why this candle formed this way. So what do we see next? The seller pushed it low to this point. So at some point, this candle was something like this. That is what it means. If you want to know, this is H4. Let's go to H1 and see what happened around that area. Let me check the time it happened so that we can trace that candle. So it happened around 12:00. So let's go to H1. Let's go to H1 and look for 12:00. Where is it? So 12:00 on weekday. 9:19. Okay. 12:00, 9:19. Now I hope you can see it now. So this is 12:00, 9:19. This is the candle I was trying to show you. So I was trying to say that that means this candle was once this long. That's what I was trying to show you. So it's even happened for 2 hours, not 1 hour. Can you imagine? It happened for 2 hours. So this and this is what gave us this. So market came all the way down, got pushed up, and then we can understand why. Why? Because if you close above this, if it had close below this trend line, that means this trend line is being threatened, or we can say broken already. Two, why did we stop here at this point? It's because of EME. So now, for someone that believe in EME very much, they probably have put a buy here and then buy it up. But I won't do that. It's too risky unless there's a confluence of another thing there. So look at what I'm talking about. So that is what gave us this candle. So what gave us this candle? Market opened here. Market got pushed back up, pushed up heavily, and then got pushed back and market closed. So every candle in the market has its own story and has what it represents and what is the story it is telling. So if market went all the way up and it got close like this, same thing here, same thing here. What are we saying? We are saying that market is finding it hard to continue upward movement. So what is likely going to happen? What is likely going to happen is that market is likely going to continue going down. It is that simple. Market is likely going to continue going down. It is that simple. So market is likely to continue going down. It is that simple. So if I want to take this trade based on what I've seen here, now the only reason I might not just take it is 78.8, 78.6 is not a very key level. I would have loved it more if it was on 88.6 or 61.8. But then another thing is this. I'm trying to draw my trend line again for the new trend. Now I just risk this trade. Why? Because it is I think the retracement is due for continuation, meaning that now it's retracing to touch the trend line again and it's likely to immediately for this price to drop. See what I'm talking about? Touched here and dropped. Touched here, so it's likely going to drop as well. So if I want to take this trade, what am I going to do? So I take it somewhere here or wait for it to come up a little bit so that I can reduce my risk. Then take the trade and put my stop loss somewhere. Actually, my own stop loss will be around 20 pips. Put it somewhere here and then target this place for my first TP and then beyond. So it's just very simple. Actually, every level on the fib level is a very important level. But then the most important of them are the ones we mentioned. So this class might go off anytime again, but I want us to finish before that time. Okay, thank you for that. So I think we should just work with that for tonight. I think I should not continue. I should not move from Fibonacci. If you have any other question on Fibonacci, kindly drop it. If you don't have it, then I would leave you to go and practice as much as possible. Our next class is going to be, I think Friday, so we have enough time. We have enough time to practice and all of that. So our next class is Friday, so we have enough time to practice. So with the price action I'm currently looking at, I'm getting more confident that price might likely drop. But it is due, we are dealing with dollar. Trump can get Trump can pick his phone now and start tweeting again, and the market will be in trouble again. So, but then outside any other thing, this market should. So, just look at what I'm talking about. Look at the price. The price is currently 24284. So let me drop it on the group. Let's watch it together against tomorrow. 24282. 1.24282. So that's our entry. No, might not be our entry. Might wait for it to reduce, but let's just look at that point. Let's look at that point, and then and I said my stop loss will probably be 20 pips above that place. So that's 24479. SL 24479. SL 1.24479. So and I said my first TP will be around still waiting for your question to somewhere here, even though it doesn't make the best of risk to reward, but just for practice sake anyway, let's do this. So 23923. 23923. TP 23923. So let's just drop this here and check it again tomorrow. So you probably check it tomorrow evening or anytime. Just check it. Let's see if market drops to that level, just to be sure. Okay, I understand. Someone said no question for me. I just need to practice. I understand. We all need to practice. So, I hope you've learned something new today, something better, something that makes this whole thing worthwhile and then make it more interesting for you. Let me get your feedback. This class will be ending in less than 2 minutes. Let me get your feedback. If you think you understand now more than we started, if you think it makes a lot more sense now. Now, looking at this, let me quickly say this. Looking at this, based on this price action alone, I'm almost sure that price is going to go up because price keep rejecting the support. And then it makes a lot of sense if GU falls and UJ buys. It makes a lot of sense. It makes a whole lot of sense. So that's a little bit we learn from correlation. Okay, so I think it's only one person speaking to me. All of my other people, I need to hear from you. Is it worth your time? Have you learned anything new? So I don't even know how to place the assignment for Fib level. But as many things as you are doing on Fib level, just drop it on the group. I don't want us to be assignment driven. I don't want us to be assignment driven. So work on it and drop it on the group as alongside with the one I dropped already. So it means that out of the 4 things I mentioned, we have gone, we've treated 3. So that means the next class will be treating patterns and then take it a little bit forward. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you.